and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Pastel Pony. And okay, so today, do I have a theory for you guys? This is going to be the first episode of Exploring Equestrian Magic Deeper. Yay! Sorry if my throat sounds off. My throat's been really, weird recently. I think I just need water. But anyway, I just spent the last 20 minutes researching about this theory, so I really hope this turns out good. This is off script, so if I mess up, I am sorry. But anyways, I just spent the last 20 minutes watching Dr. Wolf videos and trying to get some more intel on this. So you probably already read the title, but the first episode of Exploring Equestrian Magic Deeper is going to be, is there a seventh element of harmony? And I am going to first talk about what we mean by is there a seventh element of harmony. This video is going to be a little bit of a longer one, so if you want, get comfy because we're in for a heck of a theory. If you have any other add-ons to this theory, please go to a video. If this video doesn't have comments, please go to one of my videos that does have comments and comment it there. So yes, so basically we're going to start with the first pilot episode. In the pilot episode, we see that there are 6 elements of harmony, and they all represent a color of the main 6, with rarities being in the middle. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I will probably put pictures in at the end. I always say that and I never do. But at the end, next to rarities, there is a green element of harmony. And this is something that's been bugging me for the past 11 years. So that's something that's been bugging me for the past 11 years, and I never really figured out why, sort of, until now, sort of. So we see when they go in, so we see that there's a green element of harmony, and again, in Star Swirl's, story, we see that there's 7 elements that were supposed to be grown by this tree of harmony. I find that really weird that in the season 1, episode 1 pilot, yeah, I can see because the story writers are just starting on this, so they might have, just did the color because they thought it was going to be green, but then turned it to purple or something. But this is a season, 7 episode? And there are clearly 7 elements of harmony. There are clearly 7 elements of harmony in that tree that Star Swirl was sowing, and it was green. Just like the one from the pilot episode. And you guessed it, it was closest to the element of magic, of all places. You might already see where I'm going with this. Green and close to the element of magic. Which, if you don't know, the element of magic is Twilight Sparkle. So there are lots of theories going on, or that have been going on for several years. I've seen videos going back to 7 years ago, that Spike represents that green element. Now, there are 2 possible, things that he could represent, or that element could represent, and I'm going to take a look at both of them today. The first one is acceptance, and the second one is sacrifice. So we're going to take a look at Spike representing the element of sacrifice first. First we're going to get to my theory of why I think it's Spike, then we'll talk about those things. So, why I think Spike, out of all the characters in MLP, why he should have the 7th element of harmony if there is one. When we see the main 6 going into the castle for the first time to find the 6th element of harmony, they walk into the room and we see 6 elements there on the table. But Rainbow Dash and Fluttershy only fly up and fly up and grab 5, which I think is very weird. Then later on, we see Nightmare Moon captures them, takes them, and destroys them. So why didn't he just go there if she knew where they were and destroy them in the first place before the main six even got there? Well, this theory is, a lot of these theories I found from Dr. Wolf, but I'm putting my own little spin on them. His theory was that the elements of harmony could only be found by those destined to use them, and we see 6 elements on the pedestals. And you might be saying, well, Luna has used the elements of harmony before in the past, so why not those? That part still makes me question them, but she is Nightmare Moon at this point, so she could be doing that to... She could need the main 6 to find them, because she's not Luna. She can't use the elements of harmony right now because she's Nightmare Moon. If Celestia there, she would probably be able to see the elements and be able to use them. But there is no Spike with the main 6, so they don't see the 6th element of harmony on those pedestals. Now, this is just a really crazy theory, but maybe Luna or Nightmare Moon couldn't destroy the elements until the main 6 got there to reveal them and to her so she could grab them and destroy them. There was no Spike with them when they walked into the castle, so maybe that's why Fluttershy and Rainbow Dash couldn't see the 6th element of harmony on that pedestal. So blah blah blah, we see them destroy it. Now we're gonna see the main 6's relationship with the pillars. Obviously, Twilight Sparkle and Star Swirl, Rainbow Dash, and I forget his name. I believe it's I forget his name though. I'll put it in if I remember it. Verity and Mistmane, Applejack and Rockhoof, Fluttershy, and why am I forgetting Fluttershy's? Oh, Fluttershy and that one other pony, and Pinkie Pie and Somnambula. And then we have Spike. If you look way back to the very first episode of My Little Pony history, Rescue at Midnight Castle, we see Spike having a great relationship with Scorpion. And you might not know who Scorpion is if you haven't seen some of the Friendship of Magic episodes or some of the older Z1 episodes. I think you could find that episode on Daily Motion if you search it up, so you can go watch it and see what I'm talking about. But Spike and Scorpion have an amazing relationship with each other during these really hard times. And if you look in Generation 4, if we see connections with the pillars, Star Swirl also had a great relationship with Scorpion, who, in this sense, Spike would be Scorpion and Twilight would be Star Swirl. Now, what if Scorpion was there keeping a lookout to make sure the Pony of Shadows wasn't there while they planted the element of harmony? And the tree was like, alright, I'll grow 7. But it didn't. My theory is that Scorpion was originally supposed to be part of the pillars, but that got scrapped or just never aired, because in the movie, when the movie was developing back in 2017, he was supposed to be in the movie with a branch from the element of the Tree of Harmony. And I believe that Spike and Scorpion would still have a great relationship to this day. Now let's take a look at Spike being the element of acceptance. He has accepted so many things throughout the show. The one that I can think of off the top of my head is when he accepted Thorax. He accepted them and he made them But one I like the theory of is Spike being the element of sacrifice. And you might be, there's already an element of generosity, but I was watching Dr. Wolf's video and he was saying how Rarity doesn't really need to give anything up. She has so many gems, and Rarity takes Manhattan. She's giving out gems left and right, but she's not really losing anything because she has so many gems already. And she's not really losing anything of her time. But she still represents the element of generosity because then again, none of the other main six were doing anything. But then we see Spike sacrificing his time even in that episode, carrying all of her bags. We see Spike sacrificing his birthday present that he was going to give to himself, that he's been aging that stone for months. We see him give up so much throughout the show. We see him giving up Pee-wee. But why do I like him better as the element of sacrifice and the element of acceptance? Because Verity and Spike have a very strong bond. He has a stronger bond with Twilight and Rarity than any one of the main six, if you really, really think about it. And the reason why is because Twilight and Spike could represent Scorpion and Star Swirl, and Spike being the element of sacrifice could also have a reflective on Rarity being the element of generosity. And we also see Spike hoarding the seventh element of harmony in, I believe it was suited, one of the episodes, I think it was Suited for Success or something like that. All the way back in season 1, we see him hoarding a stone from the element of harmony. It was like a little Easter egg thing that they put in there. We also see that the element, the Tree of Harmony, planted 6 thrones with cutie marks on it, and 1 for Spike of all characters. So, is there a 7th element of harmony out there in conclusion? Maybe. Yes. I think there is. Because I don't think the MLP staff has been planning this since 1986, but they could have definitely transferred that into more recent times. So in conclusion, I do think that there could be a 7th element of harmony, considering all of the magical stuff we've seen in the show since that time. So there could definitely be a 7th element of harmony, and I think Spike would represent it because he was the closest with Scorpion, who was also close with Star Swirl. Thank you guys so much for watching this theory, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye, pony! Whoop!